Liberia, a small nation situated in the western portion of Africa, is a land blessed with a wealth of water that is stored and transported amongst rainforest, mangrove swamps, rivers, and aquifers. Despite the abundance of water, the lack of access to clean water, sanitation, and proper wastewater disposal has led to outbreaks of cholera, malaria, and diarrheal disease. As of 2017, less than 10% of Liberians had access to safe, reliable drinking water and sanitation. Tens of thousands of people die each year worldwide due to the lack of access to clean drinking water, with 90% of those being children under the age of 5. Access to safe and reliable drinking water will empower women and girls, young girls who spend their entire day walking miles to obtain water for their daily needs. Water which is contaminated. These daily activities prevent girls from attending school. Without education, girls grow up unprepared to live outside the home, and the cycle of poverty continues. So what can be done to solve the problem? Multiple nonprofits are working in Liberia by drilling water wells, implementing water, sanitation, and hygiene (WASH) practices. One of these nonprofits is The Last Well of Rockwall, Texas. In 2013, The Last Well, led by Dr. Todd Phillips, placed a lofty goal to bring safe drinking water and the gospel to the entire nation of Liberia by the end of 2020. In an effort to boost fundraising to meet this goal, Todd Phillips set out on a 20-foot by 22-foot barge on Lake Ray Hubbard in Dallas, Texas on October 10, 2018. He lived on the barge in a small tent and drank lake water filtered with a Sawyer filter. In 3 weeks, he was able to raise over $2 million thanks to widespread media coverage, community participation, and individual donations and fundraisers. So how did Liberia get here? Why is there a lack of access to the water? In 1989, 2 civil wars broke out in Liberia, which lasted for 14 years. During this time, invading troops decimated the infrastructure by blowing up water plants, taking out electricity, and damaging roads. In small villages, dead bodies were dumped into the water wells, which contaminated the water supply. Villagers were forced to leave just to find the next village in the same situation. Since 2004, the country of Liberia has been at peace, and the doors have opened up for nonprofits to install wells and treatment systems. But further setbacks to recovery of the nation occurred. In 2014, Liberia found itself in the epicenter of the Ebola outbreak. Over 10,000 cases were confirmed, with an estimated 5,000 deaths. By May 2015, Liberia was declared Ebola-free, and the progress towards water security was able to continue. Many rural villages of Liberia do not have water infrastructure, and the majority of civil water infrastructure constructed in the 70s and 80s was destroyed during the civil crisis. One of the poorest areas in Liberia is the West Point slum of Liberia's capital city, Monrovia. Over 100,000 people live in a 2-square-mile area situated on a barrier island that experiences coastal erosion, seasonal flooding, and widespread lack of sanitation. The lagoon is where trash is dumped, and toilets are situated along the shores of the stagnant water. What has been done? What is being done? Water wells have been installed in rural areas by non-governmental organizations. The Last Well has seen a 95% success rate in drilling for water, with each well costing approximately $3,000. Agencies like The Last Well work as individuals and through partnerships. Water wells are either drilled by machine or hand dug. Most of the drilling work is financed through international nonprofits and using labor of locals. This allows the locals to learn the skills necessary to drill and maintain these systems, as pumps are known to fail. Hand pumps have proven to be the most reliable. Biosand filters have been installed in rural areas inaccessible by drilling equipment, or in areas without shallow groundwater, or in locales where rock prevents accessing the groundwater. Significant progress has been made, but much work still needs to be done. Modern water treatment plants and distribution projects need to be completed in urban areas. More shallow wells need to be installed in remote and hard-to-access rural villages. Wastewater needs to be captured and treated, and the lack of sanitation and proper waste disposal will remain a health concern even after safe drinking water is provided to the entire country. Lastly, an important concern is how do nonprofits exit and leave locals in charge of maintenance of systems installed. Simply installing a well and leaving is not sustainable long term. The locals must have knowledge to make necessary repairs, have access to supplies, and finances to ensure the systems installed will last.